Good morning. Today is Friday, October 18th. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. The militant group Hamas has confirmed its leader, Yahya Sinwar, was killed by Israeli forces. The Israeli military announced yesterday it had killed Sinwar in a blast in Rafah in southern Gaza. But as NPR's Hadil al-Shalchi reports, Hamas remains defiant.
Hamas says it will not back down and that Israel's killing of its leaders will not end their movement or eliminate it. In a statement released Friday, the Hamas political bureau said that it was, quote, painful and distressing to lose its leader, Yahya Sinwar, but that he has now become, quote, an icon for the Palestinian people. Sinwar is the latest high-profile killing of a Hamas leader. In July, Ismail Haniyeh, Hamas's leader at the time, was killed in Tehran, and in August, the Israeli military said it killed Mohammed Deif, who was in charge of Hamas's military wing. Hamas did not confirm that killing. Sinwar's killing brings up the question of who will now take over Hamas and whether Israel and the militant group can move closer to a ceasefire and a deal to release the hostages still in Gaza. Hadil al-Shalchi, NPR News, Tel Aviv.
President Biden, traveling in Germany, spoke about the killing of Sinwar.
The death of the leader of Hamas represents a moment of justice. He had the blood of Americans and Israelis, Palestinians, and Germans, and so many others on his hands.
Biden says he spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday and that he urged the Israeli leader to use this moment as an opportunity to seek peace. But in a statement, Netanyahu said that the war is not over. Separately, Iran, a supporter of Hamas, has commemorated Sinwar in a statement. Meanwhile, Hezbollah militants in Lebanon say they are entering a new phase in their fight against Israeli troops who are in Lebanon. Hezbollah claims it is now using new weapons against Israel, including explosive drones and missiles. Earlier this week, an explosive drone struck an Israeli army hall in northern Israel. 4 Israeli soldiers were killed and dozens of others were injured. Both Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump will campaign in the swing state of Michigan today. From member station WDET, Quinn Kleinfelter reports their visits come as in-person voting is set to begin in Detroit this weekend.
Harris joined a national radio show broadcast from Detroit earlier this week. Today, she stumps in Grand Rapids and the state capital of Lansing before finishing with an event in Metro Detroit's Oakland County. She's expected in the city itself tomorrow for the start of early in-person voting. Harris needs a strong turnout from the typically Democratic stronghold, where Trump has tried to make inroads. He'll be in Oakland County as well for a roundtable discussion before heading to a rally at Detroit's Huntington Place, a convention center Trump falsely claimed was the site of massive voter fraud in 2020. For NPR News, I'm Quinn Kleinfelter in Detroit.
This is NPR.